Don't you deserve to get away from it all? Welcome to the Grand Casino and Lounge, a sanctuary designed to help you leave your worries at the door. Step inside our climate-controlled oasis where the lights never dim, the drinks never stop flowing, and every hour feels like the start of a brand new night. Whether you are looking to satisfy a sudden insatiable appetite at our award-winning 24-hour buffet, or you're ready to let the excitement of the gaming floor consume you, you'll find exactly what you've been looking for. Try your luck at our tables. In a town like Raccoon City, fortune can change in the blink of an eye. So pull up a chair, place your bets, and enjoy every moment while the odds are still in your favor. The Grand Raccoon Casino and Lounge, where your luck can change and every night has its surprises. Guests must be 21 years of age. Management is not responsible for personal belongings, unexplained illnesses, temporary memory loss, unexpected quarantine procedures, or delays in emergency response services. In the event of a citywide emergency, please remain calm and await further instructions from casino staff. Grand Raccoon Casino and Lounge thanks you for your patronage.
There are places built for escape. Places where clocks disappear from the walls, where there are no windows to remind you how late it is, and where the outside world seems to fade a little further away with every passing hour. Tonight, our signal is taking us to one of those places. The Grand Raccoon Casino and Lounge. Inside, you'll find polished marble, crystal chandeliers, endless ringing slot machines, and the comforting illusion that luck can solve just about anything. Here, the drinks are always cold, the cards always shuffled, and someone, somewhere, is always celebrating. But every casino's built on one simple promise. The house always wins. And in Raccoon City, there are far worse things than losing money. Outside these walls, the streets are beginning to change. Police radios are growing busier. Hospitals are filling faster than anyone expected. Strange stories are spreading through neighborhoods that have always been safe. Most people dismiss them as rumors. But tonight, those rumors aren't far away. And inside the casino, the roulette wheel is spinning. The dice are still rolling. And the guests have no idea they're placing bets against something far more dangerous than chance. But before we step onto the gaming floor, I'd like to thank all of you for listening to these broadcasts. If you're enjoying them, please subscribe to the channel. It keeps Lady Luck from leaving the table. And if you'd like to raise the stakes a bit further, check out the links in the description. But for now, find a seat, place your bets, and whatever you do, don't leave the table too soon. Turn off the lights and settle in. The transmission starts now. My name is Michael McCarthy. I'm the operations manager here at the Grand Raccoon Casino and Lounge, just outside Raccoon City, tucked into the Arklay Mountains. My job's a little bit of everything. The pit bosses answer to me, along with surveillance, hotel operations, valet, security, housekeeping, and maintenance. Pretty much every department except the dealers themselves. If something goes wrong in this building, chances are the phone on my desk will ring first. My office is on one of the executive levels. I have surveillance monitors showing just about every corner of this property. Blackjack pits, roulette tables, hotel hallways, loading docks, valet lanes, employee entrances, elevators, and cash cages. If something's happening inside this building, chances are I've got a camera pointed at it. In front of me is a window overlooking the front entrance and parking lot, and beyond that, nothing but dark pines. It's been raining since late this afternoon. Casino lights reflect off some wet pavement down there and almost makes this place look peaceful. These mountains have made the news a lot lately. A few months back, there were reports of a bunch of hikers disappearing in these forests. Search teams eventually found what was left of them. Officially, they blamed some kind of animal attack. Bears, wild dogs. I guess it depends which paper you read. But people have come up with their own theories. And whatever happened out there, it's been enough to keep most people off the trails after sundown. Tonight, though, nobody's really interested in the mountain stories. We've got the biggest event we've hosted all year. It's a light heavyweight championship. London's own Daniel the Hammer Redford will be stepping into the ring against Miguel El Toro Herrera from Mexico City. Redford came in as the heavy favorite, and, judging by what our sport book's been taking all day, most of the money's riding with him. Every room in the hotel's been booked for days, all the restaurants are full, gaming floor shoulder to shoulder, and there's more money moving through this building tonight than I've seen in a long time. Of course, not everyone's here just for the fight. Local news has been talking about some kind of unrest in Raccoon City all day. Hospitals are filling up fast, faster than they can discharge people, they're saying. Police have been responding to disturbances downtown, and every station seems to have a different explanation. One says gang violence, and others calling it a public health issue. Nobody seems to know for sure. Whatever's happening down there, though, it hasn't slowed our business. Hell, if anything, we've had more guests than usual. And from where I'm sitting, everything still looks normal. Valet attendants are jogging through the rain with their umbrellas. Guests filing through the front doors, carrying luggage, trying not to get too soaked before they make it inside. Dealers are opening up new tables to handle the crowd. Cocktail servers are weaving through the whole floor. And every few minutes, one of the surveillance monitors catches someone celebrating a jackpot. For now, it's just another Sunday night in the Arklay Mountains. Rain's coming down, cards are in the air. And in a couple of hours, one of those two boxers is going to walk out of here with a championship belt. Shelly, it's Michael. Just checking before the crowd gets a little crazier. I've been watching the cameras the last 10 minutes. I swear, every time I look at the main floor, there's another 100 people standing around the sports book. How are things from your end? Everybody holding together all right?
I guess we're surviving, but just barely. I had to steal 2 cocktail servers from the hotel lounges because table service was starting to fall behind. Blackjack's completely full. Roulette's got people stacked 3 deep all the way around, and the craps table, it hasn't stopped cheering since I came on shift. The sports book's a zoo. Everyone wants one last bet before the fight starts, and security's already had to ask people to stop blocking the aisles because nobody wants to leave those betting boards. The restaurants are on an hour wait. The lobby bar is standing room only, and I don't think I've seen this many people in the casino since New Year's. Honestly, if tonight goes smoothly, management's going to be talking about it for months.
That's what I like to hear. I was just looking out the window a minute ago. Valets trying to squeeze cars into the overflow lot, and I don't think I've seen the parking lot this full since opening weekend. I guess Redford really does know how to sell tickets. Getting any complaints yet, or everyone in a good mood?
Mostly good moods. Couple people grumbling about wait times, but that's expected when every seat in the place is occupied. Funny thing is, I've probably answered more questions about Raccoon City than I have about the fight tonight. People keep asking if we've heard why the hospitals are supposedly overflowing or why there are so many police cruisers downtown. One guy told me his wife wanted to cancel the trip because the news kept talking about violence in the city. I just told him if he wanted my opinion, he'd picked a pretty good place to spend the night. We've got generators, security everywhere, and enough food to feed half the county. And that the rain's probably keeping everybody inside anyway.
I've been hearing the same thing, but every station has a different story. One says gangs, another says some kind of outbreak. Nobody can seem to agree. From up here, it doesn't look like much has changed. I can see the highway from this office a little bit. Traffic's pretty light, but hey, people are still showing up. I guess as long as they're walking through our doors instead of driving back towards town, I won't complain.
Exactly. Besides, once those lights dim and they introduce the fighters, nobody's going to be thinking about the evening news anymore. They'll be thinking about whether Redford can stay undefeated or whether Herrera is about to ruin a whole lot of betting slips. Speaking of which, you should have seen one of our regulars downstairs. Guy walked in carrying a paper grocery bag and put the whole thing on Redford. If Herrera wins tonight, there are going to be some very unhappy people wandering around this casino.
Well, let's hope the favorite earns his check then. Last thing we need tonight's a floor full of angry gamblers on top of everything else. Just keep an eye on your cocktail staff. Don't let anyone get buried. If somebody needs a break, just call before they hit the wall. I'd rather shuffle people around than spend the rest of the night putting out any fires.
Will do. Honestly, I think we're in good shape. The dealers are having fun, guests are spending money, housekeeping says the hotel's running smoothly, and nobody's caused any real trouble yet. It's just one of those nights where every part of the casino is humming along exactly the way it's supposed to. If the weather stays ugly, I think most people are going to stay inside. Hopefully the biggest headache either of us has tonight is figuring out where to park the next 100 cars.
Anthony, it's Michael. You still standing over there? They got you buried under dinner tickets yet. Every time I look by the restaurants, there's a line wrapped around the casino. Figured I'd check in before the first bell.
I'm still standing somehow. But ask me again in about an hour. Man, you weren't kidding about tonight being busy. The steakhouse filled every reservation before 6. The buffet's had a line since we opened, and the lounge kitchen hasn't stopped firing orders for more than a couple of minutes all evening. We've gone through more prime rib today than we usually do in an entire weekend. The seafood station's almost cleaned out, and my pastry chef just informed me we're down to our last tray of cheesecakes. Everybody wants the big dinner before they head over to watch Redford and Herrera. We've got guests celebrating birthdays, anniversaries, bachelor parties. It's like the whole country decided tonight's the night to come up to the mountain. My cooks are handling it well, but they're definitely earning their paycheck tonight.
Well, it sounds like the whole building's moving full speed. I just talked to Shelly. She told me the bars are getting hit pretty hard too, so at least your servers are probably making a killing. Any major problems I need to know about, or just the usual organized chaos?
Mostly organized chaos. We had one guy complain his steak took 30 minutes. Then a minute he'd been sitting at the blackjack table for almost an hour before he noticed it arrived. That's the kind of night we're having. My biggest issue is actually deliveries. One of our suppliers showed up almost 45 minutes late this afternoon and said traffic coming out of Raccoon City was crawling. He claimed ambulances and police crews were flying past him the whole drive out here. I don't know if that part's true or if he's just trying to cover for being late. But I'll tell you something. That truck driver gave me the creeps. Big guy. Looked like he'd been on the road for a week straight. Mud all over his boots. Barely made eye contact with anybody. He kept staring out towards the mountains while we unloaded the truck, like he was expecting to see something come walking out of the trees. I asked him if everything was all right, and he just sort of smiled and said, "Don't stay out after dark up here." And then he climbed back into his rig and drove off before I could ask what he meant. Weird as hell, man. I don't know, maybe he'd been awake too long, but something about him didn't sit right with me.
Yeah, I told Shelly everybody's got some different explanation. Nobody knows what's actually going on. Hopefully it's over by tomorrow morning. I did notice we're getting a lot of last-minute walk-ins asking for vacancies. I guess some people figure spending the nights up here is better than going back into town.
Some folks don't seem overly concerned about the stuff going on in the city. All they have on their minds is the fight tonight. I don't know, man. Anyway, if you come down, don't mention anything to the kitchen staff about any of it, all right?
I'll do you one better. I'll just stay out of the kitchen completely. Just keep your people hydrated and rotate when you can. It's going to be a long night.
Don't remind me. Yeah, as soon as the final bell rings, we're going to be hit all over again. Half of the crowd's going to want late-night steaks because they're celebrating, and the other half's going to drown their betting losses in coffee and pie before they head upstairs. That's casino life. As long as the power stays on, the freezers keep running, and nobody decides to start a food fight, I think we'll make it through just fine.
Frank, I was expecting your call. Before you ask, I've got your money. Every dollar of it. My cousin's holding on to it. He's downstairs. He's working the floor tonight. As soon as he can step away, he'll bring it upstairs. We'll settle everything. I know today's the day. I haven't forgot.
Good. Because I don't like reminding people. I think you'd be surprised how many think forgetting's a good strategy. It never is. I'm already on my way to the casino. I'll count it myself when I get there. I don't care whose pocket it's sitting in, as long as it ends up in mine.
It will. It's just the place is busier than I expected. Just give me a little time to get through the rush, and I'll have him bring it right up to my office.
You got whatever time it takes for me to drive there, no more than that. Getting out of the city took a little longer than it should have. Roads were backed up, cops everywhere. Saw an ambulance sideways at an intersection. All the doors were open. Nobody around it. Strange sight. Whatever's going on down there isn't any of my problem. But the drive did piss me off.
Yeah, we've been hearing bits and pieces all evening. Nobody really knows what's happening.
Let me stop you right there. I've got my own problems. I've got my own business to attend to. Tonight, that business is you. I expect to walk into your office, see my money, count it, and walk back out. That's the only version of tonight I'm interested in. I want my fucking money. I don't like unnecessary conversations. They're usually followed by unnecessary work. And I don't enjoy my work nearly as much as people seem to think.
I understand.
Good. I'll see you soon.
Pete, it's me. I just got off the phone with Frank earlier. He's on his way. Tell me you got his money ready so we can get this over with.
Yeah, about that. Look, don't get mad, all right? Just hear me out before you start yelling. Listen, I took the money down to the sports book about an hour ago. I put it on Redford. And before you say anything, look at the odds. The guy's a massive favorite. Everybody in the building's betting on him. The sportsbook manager told me they'd barely taken any money on Herrera all day. It's free money. We pay Frank what we owe him, and we pocket a nice little bonus for ourselves. Nobody gets hurt, everybody wins.
Pete, Jesus, tell me you're kidding. Tell me you're kidding right now.
Mike, relax. Seriously. You're acting like I walked into the casino and put in a roulette number. This is Daniel the Hammer Redford we're talking about. He's undefeated. London's golden boy. Herrera's tough, but this is a showcase fight, man. Half the people downstairs already spent the money in their heads. Everyone knows Redford's taking this. Look, by tomorrow morning, Frank gets every dollar he's expecting, and we're sitting on a little extra cash. It's the easiest money we'll ever make.
You don't understand who you're talking about. This guy doesn't care why the money's not in his envelope. He doesn't want to hear it's tied up in a bet, even if it's probably going to win. He wants it in his hand when he asks for it. You don't know what this guy's done to people over less than this.
I think you're giving him too much credit, Mike. He's a bully, that's all. Guys like that, they make a living tricking you and making you think they're monsters. Look, in a couple hours, Redford wins, we cash the ticket, Frank gets paid, he'll never even know. We'll be laughing about all this tomorrow.
I'm not laughing now, Pete. This guy said he's coming up to my office. If he gets here before the fight's over, what am I supposed to tell him?
Just tell him the money's tied up for another hour. What's he gonna do? Shut down the biggest fight we've ever had? Besides, I'm gonna be in my room for a bit before the main event. I'll be in room 320 for the night. And, hey, Mike, I met somebody downstairs. I'm taking her up. We're gonna watch the fight from my room. As soon as Redford gets his hand raised, I'll run downstairs, I'll cash the ticket, grab the cash, and bring it straight to you. It'll all work out, Mike. Trust me.
Oh, man. Look, don't disappear on me. When this thing's over, I want you in my office right away. Right away.
Yeah, okay. Look, you'll be the first person I see after I cash the ticket. Stop worrying so much. This one's a lock.
Emily, it's Michael. Thought I'd check in on the hotel side before things get too crazy after the fight. How's my front desk holding up? Last I looked, there's still people rolling in with suitcases at the lobby.
Holding up, but we're definitely earning our paychecks tonight. I honestly can't remember the last time I saw the hotel this full. We've been sold out since yesterday afternoon, and people are still walking through the front doors asking if we've had any cancellations. I've had to disappoint more guests tonight than I have all month. Most have been understanding, but a few are convinced we must be hiding rooms somewhere. Between the boxing event and everyone's wanting to stay out of Raccoon City tonight, demand's been unbelievable. We've even had people ask if they could sleep in one of the conference rooms. One gentleman offered to pay double for a standard room after I told him we were full. I almost felt bad turning him away.
Sounds about right. From up here, I keep seeing more headlights pull into the lot. Wonder where everyone thinks they're going to stay. Any issues with any of the guests we've already got checked in?
Nothing major. A few noise complaints from people trying to take naps before the fight, but that's expected on a night like this. Housekeeping's been flying all afternoon, getting rooms turned over, and they have done a fantastic job. We've got families here, boxing fans, business travelers, even a handful of corporate guests that checked into the executive floor earlier this evening. Most people are in great spirits. The only thing I've noticed is that conversations keep drifting back to whatever's happening in town. Guests keep asking if we've heard anything new from the television. One couple told me they almost drove straight home after dinner but changed their minds when they saw police and ambulances heading into the city. They decided they'd rather spend another night up here than risk getting caught in whatever is going on.
Can't say I blame them. Weather alone's enough reason to stay put. Between the rain, the fog, these mountain roads aren't exactly enjoyable after dark. Any problems on the hotel floors themselves?
Not really. We did have one odd call about 20 minutes ago. A guest on the 7th floor said someone had knocked on their door 3 separate times but wasn't there when they looked through the peephole. Security went up and walked the hallway but didn't find anyone. Could have just been kids messing around or someone at the wrong room. With this many people in the building, little things like that are bound to happen. Other than that, it's been refreshingly quiet upstairs. Most guests either headed down to the casino or are watching the pre-fight coverage from their rooms.
Well, with every room occupied, a wrong door doesn't surprise me. Just have security keep an eye on it, see if anyone else reports the same thing. Better to check than to assume.
Already done. I let them know to make an extra pass through the guest floors over the next hour or so. Honestly, I think tonight's going to be one we'll all remember. Not because anything's gone wrong here, but because the whole property feels alive. Every elevator's moving, every room's occupied. The lobby is full of people laughing and carrying drinks upstairs, and everyone's waiting for that first bell. It's nice seeing this place busy. Let's just hope tomorrow morning is a little quieter than tonight.
Steve, you copy? I just got a call from surveillance, said there was some kind of incident near the blackjack pit. See security moved in pretty quick, but go ahead and fill me in. What happened?
Yeah, we've got it under control now, but it was a strange one. One of my pit bosses recognized a guy sitting down at a blackjack table about 15 minutes ago. You'd remember him if you saw him. Mid-30s, dark hair, scruffy beard. The card counter we permanently trespassed a few months back. As soon as the pit boss spotted him, he called surveillance to confirm it was the same guy. And once they matched him with a file photo, I sent 2 security officers to escort him out. At first he didn't argue. Honestly, that's what threw everybody off. Usually he'd put up a fight or start yelling about how we couldn't prove anything. Tonight he barely said a word. The pit boss told me something looked wrong with him before security even got there. His skin had this gray, washed-out look to it, like he'd been sick for days. And he just kept staring down at the cards without really reacting to anything happening around him. One of the dealers asked if he was all right, and he slowly looked up at her, but never answered. She said his eyes looked vacant, like he was there, but not really.
That's definitely not the guy I remember. Last time he was here, he wouldn't stop arguing long enough for security to even get him off the floor. So, did they get him outside?
Almost. They walked him through the lobby and out the front entrance without much trouble. Guests barely paid any attention because everybody's focused on getting inside before the fight. Once they reached the sidewalk, one of my officers let go of his arm, figuring it was over. That's when the guy suddenly turned and bit him. Didn't swing, didn't shove him, just grabbed his shoulder and bit straight through the uniform. Hard enough to break the skin. The second officer tackled him, but somehow he twisted loose before either of them could get cuffs on him. Then he sprinted across the parking lot toward the tree line. We had more officers chasing him within seconds, but by the time he reached the woods, he was gone.
How's the officer doing?
He's all right, all things considered. Pretty nasty bite, but he's awake and talking. We got lucky with the timing. Between the boxing commission, the ringside physicians, and a handful of doctors staying at the hotel for the event, medical help was right there. They've got him cleaned up in one of the conference rooms while one of the doctors looks him over. He'll probably need stitches, green herb, and a tetanus shot more than anything. Still, in 12 years of doing casino security, I've broken up plenty of fights. I've never had somebody try to bite one of my officers.
Steve, let's get another couple officers posted by the entrances tonight. Have surveillance help me keep an eye on the exterior cameras. If the guy circles back, I'd like to know before he walks through the front doors again.
Front entrance, employee entrance, loading dock. Everybody's been told to keep their radios close. Odds are he's somewhere out there in those woods by now. Honestly, if he's crazy enough to run into the Arclay Forest on a night like this, I don't imagine we'll be seeing him again.
Reception, you copy? This is Mike. Send some ink ribbons up here when you get a chance. I'm all out. I need them to type up inventory. Grand Raccoon Casino Operations. Michael McCarthy speaking.
Hello? I just got a call from Doris telling me they've canceled bingo night. I'd like someone to explain to me why. Nobody seems interested in giving me a straight answer. She kept saying they couldn't get the room and they'd have to reschedule. I've been playing bingo every Thursday for nearly 8 years. We've had rain, we've had power outages, we even played by flashlight once. But tonight's the night they decide they can't manage it. It doesn't make a lick of sense.
Well, I think I can solve the mystery for you, Mrs. Gable. The ballroom your group usually uses has been converted into the boxing arena for the championship fight tonight. Between that, the hotel being completely booked, and a casino packed with guests, there's not really another room big enough to move all you guys into. I promise nobody's trying to take bingo away from you.
For heaven's sake, over a boxing match? I'll tell you right now, I think a room of respectable people playing bingo causes much less trouble than a room of people betting on two men punching each other. But nobody ever asks me. If you see whoever's in charge of all this, you tell them Mrs. Gable expects her bingo room back next week.
I'll pass the message along. Have a good night, Mrs. Gable. Grand Raccoon Casino Operations. Michael McCarthy speaking.
Michael, this is Graham Foster.
I'm Daniel Radford's manager, and I need someone to tell me what is going on over there, because the closer we get to this fight, the stranger this place seems to be getting. We're less than half an hour from the opening inductions, and now I'm being told that one of the ring girls has suddenly been taken ill and can't make the walk. That's not exactly the sort of news I want to hear this close to the opening bell. Then one of my assistants comes back to me from the casino floor saying security have dragged some bloke through the lobby after he's bit one of your guards. I don't know whether that's true or people just exaggerating after a few drinks, but it's enough. I'm calling instead of brushing it off. We flew Daniel all the way from London for this title fight. Months of training, media obligations and sponsors. The whole works. I'm not interested in putting my fighter in the middle of a circus if something's gone sideways in your building.
I understand the concern, Mr. Foster. I assure you the incident with the patron was isolated. It's been handled. As for the young woman who became ill, medical staff tells me they evaluated her right away. From what I have been told, she simply wasn't feeling well. We got plenty of physicians in the building tonight because of the event, so she got attention right away. And the fight itself, no danger of being postponed. Security's been increased around the ballroom. Everything's still on schedule.
Well, I certainly hope so, because Daniel's ready. Herrera's a respectable fighter. Don't get me wrong. We didn't fly across the Atlantic expecting to lose this one. Redford's the favourite for a reason. 19 straight wins, the better reach, cleaner footwork. He's been sparring like a man possessed for the last 8 weeks. Herrera's dangerous if he catches you standing still, but I'll tell you now, Daniel don't stand still. This should be a showcase. The last thing I need is distractions 5 minutes before my fighter walks into that ring. Something feels off. People don't seem frightened. They just seem distracted. Staff are whispering to one another. Guests keep asking about the news in Raccoon City. And every television I walk past has some report about a hospital or a police station. It might be nothing, and I sincerely hope it's nothing. I wanted somebody in charge to know that if anything changes between now and that opening bell, I expect to hear it from you.
Hey, that's fair, Mr. Foster. If anything develops that could affect the event, your team, your fighter, you'll be the first call I make. From where I'm sitting, though, tonight's shaping up to be a hell of a championship fight.
Let's hope you're right. Daniel didn't come all this way for excuses. He came here to win a belt. I'm going to get him warmed up.
I'm downstairs. Tell me you've got my envelope sitting on your desk.
Frank, I don't have it in front of me. Look, your money's here, okay? It's in the building.
Mikey, I'm gonna ask you one more time. Is my money sitting on your desk?
No.
Where is it?
My cousin has it.
Why?
I've had him helping me all evening, all right? With the fight crowd, I've barely had a chance to sit. I had him hang on to it, all right? Just until things settle down.
You had someone else hold my money?
Just temporarily.
Call him.
I will.
No. Do it now.
Okay, look, he's away from the casino floor at the moment. Just give me a few minutes. I'll track him down.
You're asking me to wait?
Not long.
You know what I learned, Mikey? Whenever someone asks me for a few minutes, it's because something changed.
Frank, nothing's changed.
I hope that's true. Because if I find out you're wasting my time...
You will have your money.
Better call me soon, Mikey. If I don't like what I hear, I'll start finding people on my own. Don't disappoint me.
Steve, talk to me. Surveillance just lit up with about 6 different alerts from Pit 3. I see people standing up from the tables, but I can't see what's happening. What's going on?
We've got another incident, Mike. And this one's a hell of a lot stranger than the card counter. Fight had just started. Everybody was watching the big screens when one of the guests at a blackjack table suddenly grabbed the dealer by the arm and bit him. Same thing as before. No yelling, no warning, no fight beforehand. Just reached over the table and clamped down on the dealer's forearm. Pit bosses and security were on him almost immediately. Took 4 officers to get him under control because he kept struggling without saying a word. He wasn't trying to get away either. He just kept reaching for people. We finally got him restrained and moved him into casino detention. He's locked down for now.
Okay, did anybody call Raccoon PD?
Several times. Dispatch won't answer. We tried the main number, the emergency line, everything we've got. Nothing. One of the officers finally got a recording saying all circuits were busy. I've never seen that before. We even tried calling through the sheriff's office and didn't get anywhere. Right now we're on our own.
How's our dealer?
That's the part I don't like. At first it looked like a straightforward bite wound. He was talking, walking around, saying he was all right. Then maybe 2 minutes later, he started looking pale. Really pale. Next thing we know, he's vomiting blood all over the floor. Just collapsed right there beside the table. One of the ringside physicians was already nearby because of the fight. So he's with him now along with 2 nurses that came in one of the boxing teams. They moved him into one of the medical rooms behind the ballroom. He's unconscious, but they still got a pulse.
Oh my God. All right. Well, shut down that entire section. Move the guests to the other side of the floor. Keep them calm. Don't tell anyone any more than they need to know. Last thing we need is people panicking halfway through a championship fight.
Most guests think it was some drunk that got out of hand. We've roped the area off. Maintenance is cleaning the floor, and the tables around it have been closed. The fight's keeping most people distracted, thankfully. But Mike, I've got to tell you something. This is the second person tonight who's bitten somebody. Different guy, different part of the building. Same damn thing.
Shelly, I've got ballroom cameras up. All I can see is people on their feet. What's going on down there?
Michael, you're not going to believe this. Herrera just knocked Redford clean out. I mean, completely out. One punch late in the ninth and he just dropped. Referee waved it off almost immediately. They're still working on him in the ring. You could hear the whole ballroom gasp before it exploded. I've never seen so many betting slips hit the floor at once. The sports book is an absolute madhouse right now. Half the people are screaming because they just lost a fortune, and the other half, they're celebrating like they won the lottery. Security's trying to keep people apart because a couple arguments have already gotten physical. One guy threw his drink in one of the televisions, and another is accusing his buddies of talking him into betting on Redford. It's chaos down here.
Redford lost?
Lost is putting it lightly. Herrera caught him flush on the chin, and Redford never saw it coming. I don't think anyone did. Even the announcer sounded shocked. Everybody figured this was Redford's fight from the moment he walked into the building. And I don't think I've seen odds flip so fast from certainty to disbelief.
Hey, have you seen Pete anywhere?
Not since before the introductions. I just figured he'd gone upstairs like he said he was going to. Why? Is something wrong?
No, everything's fine. I'm just trying to track him down.
Well, if you're looking for him, I do it sooner rather than later. The sportsbook's becoming a madhouse, and I've got a feeling we're going to be putting out fires for the rest of the night. Between the fight ending like that and everything else that's happened tonight, people are getting edgy. It doesn't take much for a crowd this size to turn ugly.
Okay, hey, keep your supervisors visible. Pull in extra security if anyone starts throwing punches. I'll handle the rest. Arena security, this is Mike. I've got 3 different camera feeds just went dark, all coming from the ballroom. The ones I do have, they look like chaos. Somebody tell me what's happening down there?
Mike, it's bad. It started exactly the way you expect after an upset like that. People were screaming about decisions, throwing betting slips, shoving each other. 2 guys started swinging punches near the sports book entrance. At first we thought it was just drunk gamblers losing their tempers. Then one of the men grabbed another guy by the neck and bit him. Not a little bite, Mike. He tore into him. There was blood everywhere. People started screaming, backing away. Then someone else attacked a woman near the aisles. Then another. It happened so fast, none of us could make sense of it. These people aren't fighting like normal people. They're grabbing anyone they can reach. They're biting. Some of them don't even react when we hit them with a baton. It's like they don't feel it.
How many are involved?
I don't know anymore. It was 3 or 4 at first. Now it feels like every minute somebody else joins in. Some of the people were attacked. They're getting back up and are going after anyone nearby. I never seen anything like it. We got guests trying to climb over seats, people getting trampled. My officers are being overwhelmed. We've already had several of them bitten. One of the ringside doctors tried helping and got dragged into the crowd. I don't know if he made it back out.
Okay, all right. Get everyone out of there.
We tried. We had thousands of people all heading for the same exit at once. People were getting crushed against the door. We made the decision to seal the ballroom. Every entrance we could secure had been blocked from the outside. There are all still hundreds of people trapped in there.
You've got guests locked inside?
I know how it sounds. Believe me, I know. But you didn't see what we saw. Whatever's happening to those people, they're not acting like humans anymore. We had one officer with half of his face torn open. The man who did it never said a word. He kept coming. We couldn't stop him. We had to think about the rest of the building.
Oh, man. Okay, how are the doors holding?
For now, but people are pounding on them from the inside. Some are begging to be let out. Others, I don't think that they're trying to escape anymore. I don't know who's alive and who isn't. But whatever this is, it's spreading.
Okay, get everyone away from the doors. Pull everybody back. Nobody opens that ballroom for anyone until we know what we're dealing with.
Understood. Jesus, Mike. What the hell is going on tonight? Ah, hell. Gotta go. My guys are moving the slot machines against the door.
Sportsbook, this is Michael. Just got word, some guests asking for security and medical. What's happening over there?
Mike, I've got a woman here who's in pretty bad shape. She's covered in blood, she's hysterical, and she keeps saying her husband is outside. I can't get a full story out of her, but whatever happened scared half the people standing here. We've got security trying to calm people down.
Put her on, if she can talk. I want her to tell me what happened.
My husband and I were leaving after the fight. We were even upset about the money. We just wanted to beat the traffic. We barely made it halfway across the parking lot when we heard growling. I thought it was coyotes at first because you're up here in the mountains. But when I turned around, they weren't coyotes. It was like dogs. Big dogs. Maybe Dobermans or shepherds. But something was wrong with them. They didn't have much fur left. I could see patches of skin, muscle, ribs. As for one of them didn't even have lips anymore. My husband yelled at me to get behind him and started waving his jacket at them. One of them lunged straight at him and knocked him to the ground. And the others were on him. They weren't barking. They were just tearing at him. They started pulling him apart right there in the parking lot. I tried to help him, but one of them turned towards me and I ran. I could hear him screaming behind me. Other people in the parking lot saw it too. They started running with me. We didn't stop until we got back inside the casino. Please, somebody has to help him. I don't know. I couldn't look back. People were screaming, car alarms were going off, and everybody was just running for the front doors. I think some of them made it inside with me. But others, I don't think they did. Please, my husband is still out there.
Lisa, you still there? I want every exterior camera around the parking lot on my monitors, please, right away. Get any available security officer away from the front doors until we know what's out there. And don't let anyone go into the parking lot.
The guests around here are starting to panic. A lot of them saw this woman come in covered in blood, I've got security pulling people away from the glass, but word's spreading fast.
Okay, keep them inside, lock the sport book entrances. I'll handle the rest.
My patience is gone. I've been sitting in this room, listening to people running up and down these hallways for the last 20 minutes. Security keeps going past my door. I hear phones ringing off the hook. Sounds like your casino's falling apart. I don't care why. I want my money.
I'm trying to get it to you.
No. You're trying to buy yourself time.
Just give me a little longer.
Every time you say that, every time you say those words, I feel less inclined to give it to you. We had an agreement. I showed up. You were supposed to have an envelope waiting for me. Instead, I get excuses.
Listen, things are happening tonight nobody could have planned for.
Not my problem. I don't take other people's bad luck. I collect debts.
And you'll have every dollar.
You better hope so. If I have to walk out of this room without money in my hands, I won't be polite anymore. I'll start asking questions. I'll find your cousin. I'll find you. And whichever person I find first is going to have a very unpleasant evening.
Frank.
Men have disappeared over less than what you owe me tonight. You know that. That's why you sound nervous.
I'm just asking for a little more time.
You've got exactly enough time for one more phone call.
Security, you copy? I need a situation report. What's secure, what's not?
Mike, we've lost the gaming floor. I'm not talking about a fight or a riot anymore. It's gone. We pulled everybody back because there was nothing else we could do. They're everywhere now. Dealers, guests, cocktail servers. Some of the people who were attacked earlier are back on their feet, and they're attacking anybody they can get their hands on. They're eating people. Mike, I know how insane that sounds, but that's exactly what they're doing. We tried pulling survivors out, but every time we got one group clear, another wave came pouring in. We couldn't hold it. We had to abandon the floor.
All right, where are our people now?
We split up during the evacuation. Some guests panicked and ran straight out emergency exits towards the woods. I tried yelling for them to stay together, but they weren't listening. Everyone else we could reach has been brought into the hotel wing. We've shut the fire doors behind us and barricaded the casino entrances with luggage carts, couches, banquet tables, anything heavy enough to slow them down. So far, the hotel lobby's secure. I've got officers watching every entrance into this side of the building.
How many made it over there?
I don't know. A lot. Hotel guests, casino staff, dealers, bartenders, housekeeping, anybody we could grab before the gaming floor was overrun. Most are scared out of their minds. We've got several people injured. One man's bleeding pretty badly from his leg after something grabbed him near the roulette pit. A couple others have bites on their arms. The doctors that were here for the boxing event are treating everybody they can, but supplies are disappearing fast.
Look, keep everyone who's been bitten separated, all right? I don't care who complains. We can't take chances anymore. Have you had any luck getting through to RPD, the sheriff's office? Anybody?
Nothing. We've called Raccoon PD so many times I've lost count. Dispatch never answers. Sheriff's office is dead. Fire department? Dead. We even started trying numbers outside the county, and we're either getting busy signals or nothing at all. As far as I can tell, we're on our own.
Okay, keep the barricades up. Nobody gets back into the casino. If anybody starts getting worse, isolate them.
We'll hold it as long as we can, Mike.
Mike, Anthony here. Listen to me carefully. Don't come down here. Do you hear me? Don't let anybody come down here. I've locked myself and three of my cooks inside the main kitchen. We shoved the prep table, 2 rolling racks, and one of the refrigerators against the doors. But I don't know how long they're going to hold. It started with a woman sitting by herself in one of the buffet booths. She looked sick when she came in. Pale, sweating. One of my servers asked if she wanted water, and she just stared at her. We figured she was drunk or having some kind of medical episode. Then she stood up, grabbed the server, and bit her right in her face. People started screaming. Chairs went flying. At first, everyone thought it was just one crazy woman, but then another man collapsed near the carving station. He got back up. Mike, he started attacking people too. Like, they're not fighting, man. They're not robbing anybody. They're eating them. Oh, God. They're eating people. The buffet isn't a buffet anymore. It's... Oh, Jesus Christ.
Tony, listen, man. Just stay where you're at. Keep the doors secured. How many are with you right now?
Four of us. Me, 2 line cooks, and my pastry chef. Everyone else, man, I don't know. I can hear them out there. I can hear people screaming. I can hear dishes breaking. One of my cooks looked through the service window a minute ago and... Mike, there's blood everywhere. I can't even recognize the dining room anymore, man. Those things, they're still moving from table to table. They're attacking anyone they find. I don't understand what's happening, man.
Okay. Try to stay calm. I don't know who's available anymore, but I'll try to send security your way.
No, don't. I don't think anybody's getting through that dining room. Just tell my wife Hold on. Mike, they're hitting the door. They're outside the kitchen. Oh, God, they're pushing against it. The prep table's moving. Guys, push! Push! They're breaking the door down! Mike!
Pete, where the hell have you been? Been trying to get a hold of you.
Hey, Mike, I'm here. I'm still in room 320. Listen, I'm sorry. I really screwed this up. I never should have touched that money. I kept watching the fight, waiting for Redford to turn it around, and... Yeah, you saw what happened. I just kept thinking this can't be real. Man, what are we going to tell Frank?
Forget Frank for a second. Tell me what's going on.
Remember that girl I told you about? The one I brought upstairs to watch the fight? Something happened to her. She got sick. Real sick. She started sweating, throwing up, and I don't know, she just changed. I don't know how to explain it. Mike, she tried to attack me. She didn't even say anything. She just kept coming at me. I managed to get her into the bathroom, and I locked the door. She's still in there. She bangs on the door every now and then. Mike, I don't think she's herself anymore.
Pete, are you hurt?
Yeah.
Okay, Pete, where?
She bit me on my forearm. I washed it out. I wrapped it in a towel. I figured it would stop bleeding, but it did. But that's not what's bugging me. Mike, I don't feel right. One minute I'm freezing, and the next I'm burning up. My skin feels like it's crawling. I keep scratching my arms. I can't stop. This is going to sound completely crazy, but oh, God. I checked my pulse a couple minutes ago. I swear I couldn't find it. Maybe I was doing it wrong. I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Don't open that bathroom door. Don't let her out. I'll send someone to get you.
Don't bother. I don't think I can make it very far. My legs, they feel weird. heavy. And I know this is going to sound even weirder. I'm starving. I mean really starving. I ate before the fight, but I feel like I haven't had food in days. I don't know what's happening to me, Mike.
Hey, man, stay with me. Keep talking.
Nah, I gotta go. She's starting in on the door again, and I don't feel good anymore.
Raccoon Police Department, this is Michael McCarthy with Grand Raccoon Casino and Lounge. Thank God somebody answered. Officer, we've been trying to get a hold of you guys for the last half hour. We've had multiple assaults, several people bitten, and injured guests all over the property. What the hell is going on?
Michael, this is Officer Daniel Reeves. I'm sorry it took so long to answer. We're getting buried out here. Every available unit's tied up on calls, and dispatch can barely keep up. We've got assaults, traffic collisions, people attacking strangers, fires.
Officer, I don't know if you heard me. We've got people biting each other. It sounds insane, but it's happened a few times tonight. And some victims are getting sick. One of my dealers collapsed, coughing up blood. We have doctors here, but nobody knows what's going on.
We're seeing the same thing in the city. We don't have answers yet. Nobody does. The hospitals are overwhelmed, communications are breaking down, and we're getting almost no guidance from anybody higher up. So until somebody tells us different, we're treating every bite as if it's contagious. Anybody who's been bitten, anybody showing sudden fever, vomiting, confusion, unusual aggression, keep them away from everyone else. Don't argue with them, separate them immediately.
My cousin was bitten. It's my cousin.
I can understand that. Listen to me anyway. I don't care if it's your brother, your wife, or your own kid. If they've been bitten and they're getting sick, you keep your distance. We've had officers ignore that advice tonight because they thought someone they knew just needed help. Some of those officers aren't answering their radios anymore.
He's still talking. He's coherent.
Maybe he is right now. That doesn't mean he'll stay that way, whatever this is. It's fast. It's faster than anything I've ever seen. Keep him isolated. Don't let him out. And whatever you do, don't go in that room by yourself.
Okay. Officer, are you actually coming up here?
I'm going to try.
Frank?
I've had enough, Mikey. I don't know what kind of disaster your casino's turned into, and honestly, I don't care. Spent the last half hour listening to security run the halls, guests screaming, phones ringing. I'm taking my money, getting in my car, and driving to Renwood. No more excuses.
You're right.
Excuse me?
You're right. No more excuses.
Good. So where's my money?
My cousin has it. He's been waiting for you.
About time. What room's he in?
Room 320. Just down the hall from you.
You should have told me that an hour ago.
I know.
If this turns out to be a waste of time again, Mike, there ain't gonna be another phone call.
Oh, it's not a waste of time.
Stay on the line.
Listen, Frank.
No. You stay exactly where you are. You're gonna listen while I collect what's mine. I'm outside the room now. Oh, the door's unlocked. Your cousin's very trusting. Very stupid.
Frank.
Save it. Pete. Pete. I'm here for my envelope. Hey, kid. You don't look so good. Get off me! Get off! Son of... No! Get this